lonely world is too cold. Maybe it's just when doves cry. So I had some time off grid, like a couple weeks, totally shut off, no phone, no internet. I just went through some Bible and some deep prayer time and spent some time just praying and saying, Lord, if I go down to nothing in cash and feel peace, is that good with you? And I kind of got the feeling like it's all good. Because one thing about George Mueller, in his biography, he fed his orphanages only by prayer. He just prayed and the money came. So, after a couple weeks, I was kind of missing, well, y'all, all of you that have been watching and liking what they're seeing and eating my fruit and liking it. So, I was praying. And I prayed a pretty deep prayer, and I haven't prayed that deep in a while. Sometimes it's good when you spend some time alone with God to just really get some things clear. And when I was young, I was like probably about to go into the 5th grade. And my parents said, we're moving to the Philippines. Everything's changing. And I was like, what? So I got kind of bitter with God about that. We were there for 3 years and it was a total nightmare to me. I just hated it. It's like the hottest place I'd ever lived in. It was just like a nightmare. Just sit and sweat sometimes, but supposedly we were supposed to be missionaries, or, well, my dad was teaching missionary kids at Faith Academy, which I ended up taking a Bible class in 7th grade, which maybe kind of helped me get rooted, right? In the age of Babylon. So anyway, I've kind of had a grudge with God for, well, many years. And during this off-grid time, it's got to the point where I didn't care about money anymore, but I did need something. I asked a few churches, and they were really not liking me, like they might know me or something. I didn't think I was famous, but I don't know what's going on. One guy gave me $20 and said, hit the road, don't come back. Okay. Let's talking about the kingdom come and stuff, you know. Another Calvary Chapel offered me some cold beans and rice. But then I ran into a family friend when most of my family won't even speak to me now. Well, except for somebody in Oregon, cousin. But anyway, I ran into this friend that, well, anyway, he gave me more than I dreamed of. And part of my prayer when I was praying about the Philippines is that I kind of told God that I was not mad anymore about the Philippines. That I kind of see that maybe there was a good reason for it all, so that I wouldn't be too rich in spirit now, because it seems like too many people are, and maybe those 3 years as a kid. Because now that I hear about some psychologists or whatever say that those early years of the kid are very impressionable. And I remember watching the sewage run in the streets and wonder, why don't we have plumbing in our house as a missionary or whatever? And it's all fancy with a huge wall around it so nobody can rob us? What's that about? So it didn't seem like it was that, I don't know, real to me. And then when I heard the rabbi saying how, like, when you're a kid, God's already in you, and, you know, kind of like Santa Claus stuff. So, anyway, I just kind of told God that I'm sorry. And it was kind of when you do a deep prayer, sometimes you kind of have like a tearjerker moment. I don't like brag about it, but it does really move mountains when you do that. Not if you contrive it, but I did really kind of feel bad about all that time that I've been being messed up and, like, holding a grudge against God for leaving me out there for 3 years, and my parents said, well, anyway. But the thing is that it all worked out for good, see? So I was thanking him, and I was kind of crying about it a little bit. Just, you know, shed a tear, not like getting sobbing or anything. But then today I only had like $2, so I went to a garbage job, asked for some money, and offered me some cold beans and rice. But I was like, nah, I'm not really that hungry. Thanks anyway. And then I left, and I ran into an old family friend who gave me beyond what I had prayed I might get if I do get some money soon. And it was like he's already in the kingdom. That's how I felt when I saw him. And we sat and we talked and we hugged, and it's so amazing when everybody in your family doesn't want to talk to you, but somebody that's friends with somebody in your family is right on the same page. So I just want y'all to know I love y'all. Keep praying. And we're going to be going through some great studies real quick, like Zephaniah. And yes, that lovely Zechariah, where it talks about how the king will come and set it all right. And we can just read it word for word. That way there's no doubt anywhere. So I love y'all, and keep drawing near to him, and he will draw near to you. And it might be a good time, because Shirley did come out with a new video talking about it's very important that God is waiting for us to, make sure we're not loving the things of this world. And how that Baal Mammon worship, wow, I saw some stuff about how it's connected with Gad worship and another worship that has to do with fortune and destiny, which just sounds a lot like this heaven dream when heaven's coming to earth. So it's a good thing it might be a good thing to just go get as low as you can. I'm not trying to say go to $2, but just to try to empty yourself of any of those things that you love that might be giving you security in this world. And think about that verse in 1 John or 2 John. Love not the things of this world, because if you love the things of this world, the love of the Father isn't in you. That would be huge now. So just try to separate from it. Even if you go camping and let the rest of the family have the house for a while. Whatever. Just show, It's all good. Doesn't really matter. It's all gonna go away soon. When the king comes, and he's gonna get all set straight. So, thank God today. And remember, draw near to him, and he will draw near to you. And don't forget your time of adoration, where you give him that proper recognition as the Almighty God. And no, we're not in Almighty Buckland. And I have a new thing I started saying every day, because there's a blessing, from the mitzvah, this Jewish one. And it's, they say, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one God over all the earth." So my Babylon adaptation is, "Hear, O mighty Buckland, our God is one God over all the earth." And we can make sure that we never say Almighty Buck, because that could be a blasphemous word in itself, let alone deity of Christ. So get your head straight and love God right, and pray to the Father in the name of the Son, who's coming as King to reign with us all. And have a good night, because it's getting dark and I'm running out of time. I love y'all. Bye.